Okay, welcome back. Well, on our Father's Day special this morning, because we're following Father's Day leading up till this Sunday, we're going to focus on a dad who bridges space and time all within his family.
This is a home where dad hails from Singapore, mom from Denmark, and there is a 21-year gap between the eldest and youngest child.
Certainly an unusual family, all right. Well, Ramu Siramulu Naidu has his family returned to Singapore recently for the Hindu wedding ceremony he and his wife never ever had.
And Primetime Mornings producer Julianne Stow files the story.
Ramu was a renowned musician in the early 60s, heard frequently on the radio and occasionally seen on foreign television. He was an accordionist, often referred to as one of Southeast Asia's best. But in 1963, a 26-year-old Ramu decided to pack up and leave Singapore for London.
When I was young, all my friends used to be, not all, most used to be English soldiers and all young, and we used to live near Sringans. So, you know, I used to mix with them all the time. So when I went up there, it was nearly the same.
Annie had moved to London from Denmark, and they both met through mutual friends in November 1972. And in February of 1975, their first child, Natasha, was born. 42 years later, Ramu is back at his birthplace, Singapore. This time, complete with Danish wife Annie, his 3 children and granddaughter. At his family's request, Ramu is tying the knot again, this time the Hindu way.
When I came here, they all say, oh, you better get, you know, all my relations and all. That's why, I think. I'm not religious or anything. Even in London, I don't go to temple or church or anything. Not so. Yeah. So I just carried along what they said. It was nice, you know, because all my nephews and nieces were all there. It was quite nice, yes.
The cultural differences between Ramu and Annie have played a part in the way they've brought up their children. But Annie believes that being open is the answer.
There'll always be some differences when there's mixed kids, but if you're both open to other, you know, you're not very, what do you call it? You're not strict in your own set way of life. You're willing to open up, and then the kids can, you know, take whichever turn they want. But if you are too strict in one way or the other, then I think the kids might get problems.
When Ramu was asked about his contribution, he was rather reticent, preferring to give all the credit to his wife, insisting he's done nothing.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Yeah. No, I haven't. Because the mother, as I said, she used to bring them up.
Natasha, his eldest daughter, now 30, disagrees.
I think he doesn't realise the impact he had, because he wouldn't be the one to change the diapers, as we said. He wouldn't be the one to bathe us and all those menial things. But just the fact that he was there and the things that he would do with us, take us to the park and play his organ. He's a musician, so he'd play his organ, we'd dance and just all those little things, and the humour, the little jokes that he would tell us and play with us. And I think it's that sort of relationship that he's had. So he doesn't realise that he's been a hands-on father. I think as a person, he's first of all, he's the most decent man I've ever met. That's how he's taught us to live. He's very decent, he's fair. His love has always been very open. He won't sit down and say, I love you, but different ways, like what we have to eat. You know, he'll cook for us every night. Very important what we have to eat, that we're fed, looked after. If we're sick and healthy, or he always worries about us very much. So I think in that way he'll show his love, and that's been the biggest thing. We've never not once ever felt that, you know, he didn't care or didn't love us. We've always felt very loved, very, very.
22-year-old son Christian was also quick to add that his parents have never been strict with their children, and that has made them more responsible for their own actions.
I don't know how he's done it, but I mean, even when I was like 16, 17, when I was first starting going out, like late teens, my friends would have curfews, and I don't remember my parents ever saying you have to be home by 11 or something. I'll tell them when the thing I'm going to is finished, and they'll say, okay, well, if I have a place to stay, it's all right. So I think we sort of behave ourselves when we're away because we have a fear of disappointing both of them. But it's not, none of them have ever been strict like that, having curfews and...
Ramu, his wife Annie, took his chances in a foreign country, opting for trust and open-mindedness when it came to raising their children. Values that have paid off, it seems.
He was very open, and we didn't have any problems. He wasn't strict, and he didn't tell us to act a certain way. So we were in London, and we were Londoners. So that's how we were raised, and that's who we were. I think we were raised with love, and we love them so much. So it's just, I think our discipline comes from not wanting to disappoint them. So they're not giving us rules to behave by. It's just, we just behave ourselves so that they won't be disappointed, especially Dad, I think, so that he won't be disappointed in us.
Who's going to close the door? Yeah.
Just when Ramu thought his parenting commitments were over, Annie conceived a daughter. At 59, Ramu became a father again. Karina is now 9, only 2 years older than Natasha's daughter, Maria.
Is it nice to be able to play with Karina?
Yeah.
I think they're more like siblings, really, because we're all so close, so... So you like to play together, don't you?
With 2 very young children now in the fold, does the 68-year-old Ramu ever let age get to him?
I don't feel myself old. I feel I'm 18 or 20, you know. Yeah, and I still play with them and run everywhere. I've never got old. No, I'm being like this all the time. I don't know, but I still feel all these kids are like little kids to me. Him or her, always, you know. I still feel they are not, for me, they are not grown up yet. Yeah.
Love, trust, and a sense of youthfulness. All simple ingredients in Ramu's formula towards good fatherhood. Coupled with his unimposing nature, it's hard not to notice how much of himself has rubbed off on his children.
Inspiring there, huh? It's never too late to be a father.
All right, happy family there. Okay, stay with us here on Primetime Morning. And when we come back, we have some jazz artist L.D. Young and Jeremy Montero.
Primetime Morning, we'll be back.